Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Malaga man is accused of fleeing police and crashing a stolen all-terrain vehicle last week. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington has awarded $110,000 in grant funds to 20 local nonprofits in the Methow Valley. Sunny skies and much warmer temperatures are headed our way with highs near 70 this weekend. More coming up in weather. A respected local avalanche forecaster died last week in a rock climbing accident. Matt Premomo was found dead from a fall on Thursday at Icicle Buttress, a rock feature on Icicle Road 6 miles outside Leavenworth. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris said there were no witnesses to the accident. Premomo was a skilled climber and outdoors expert who worked for the Northwest Avalanche Center, analyzing snowfall patterns and producing daily reports on the likelihood of avalanches in the Cascades backcountry. Those reports are frequently consulted for safety planning by winter sports enthusiasts. Premomo was 40 years old. A GoFundMe has been started to support his widow and their young child. A Malaga man is accused of fleeing police and crashing a stolen all-terrain vehicle last week. 42-year-old Ryan Dale Welton faces charges of fleeing police and stolen vehicle possession. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says on Friday afternoon, deputies spotted a stolen ATV on Malaga-Alcoa Highway driven by a man without a helmet and attempted to pull it over. The driver sped away and the vehicle was later found upside down in the Columbia River. Deputies say it appeared to have been driven or pushed over a cliff into the water. Welton was allegedly found hiding nearby and was booked into the Chelan County Jail. 7th District State Representative Joel Ketz announced last week he won't run again this year. He represents the largest legislative district in Washington, which includes Okanogan County, most of Douglas County, and parts of Grant. The first announced candidate to run for Ketz's House seat this fall is Andrew Engel, the Deputy District Director for Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rogers. Engel is a Republican who's worked in the congressional office since 2016. Like Ketz, McMorris Rogers announced last month that she will not be running for a new term. The 7th District's other representative in Olympia, Republican Jacqueline Maycumber, has announced she'll run to take that congressional seat. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife and its partner agencies have submitted a plan to the state legislature to guide the conservation of Washington's shrubstep habitat over the next 30 years. Shrubstep is the ecosystem of eastern Washington that consists of natural grasslands with low rainfall. The new strategy emphasizes restoration and protection of shrubstep habitat, as well as how to coordinate efforts quickly in the unfortunate event of a wildfire. You can view a copy of the plan at the Fish and Wildlife website. When we come back, a Colville tribal member testified before Congress today to recommend improvements in the handling of wildfire, and construction that begins April 1st on the softball field at Triangle Park has forced the staging area for the Apple Blossom Festival Grand Parade to relocate. We'll tell you where coming up. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock. But when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Spring is here at the Chelan Ridge Winery. Check out the all-new deck area, enjoy an amazing view, new vintage wines, and that down-home hospitality Chelan Ridge is famous for.
Wine Girl Wines is already famous for wine, beer, and great entertainment. And now they have added craft cocktails to the list of food and drink, so pop on by our Manson location for some good old-fashioned fun.
The Colville Confederated Tribes have been heavily affected by wildfires in the last decade, including the 2021 blaze that damaged Nespelem. Since 2015, the 1.4 million acre reservation has seen more than 700,000 acres burn and lost approximately $500 million of commercial timber. The tribe's executive director, Cody DeSottile, testified in Washington today in a Senate Natural Resource Committee hearing. DeSottile serves on the Federal Wildland Fire Mitigation and Management Commission, created by President Biden to recommend improvements in the handling of wildfire. The panel submitted its final report to Congress last fall.
Talk a little bit about the unique expertise and capabilities that tribes and states bring to the table when it comes to prevention, response, and then, recovery.
So I think when you look at partners, a lot of times they have strengths that the federal government doesn't have, or we have flexibilities that they don't. So we serve as a testing ground for approaches that aren't typically seen on federal land. So if we can really look across landscapes, across boundaries to apply what really pre-fire treatment should look like to create resiliency on the landscape, that's best handled through a very collaborative approach with lots of perspectives in the room where there's been successes and failures that we can learn from as a group collectively.
The Community Foundation of North Central Washington has awarded $110,000 in grant funds to 20 local nonprofits in the Methow Valley. The Community Foundation operates the Methow Valley Fund, established in 2006 to fund nonprofit projects in the area. The 20 grant recipients received award amounts of either $4,000 or $9,000 and included organizations such as Cascadia Music, Arrow Methow Rescue Service, and Methow Art Alliance. MVF funding is offered annually, and the next application cycle will open online this December. Construction that begins April 1st on the softball field at Triangle Park has forced the staging area for the Apple Blossom Festival Grand Parade to relocate. The Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast will also be relocated, and the paid bleacher parade seats will no longer be available. The May 4th parade still begins at Orondo and Fuller Streets, and its route remains unchanged, but staging and the Pancake Breakfast will now take place at Wenatchee High School as well as on Russell, Millardale, Cherry, and Miller Streets. This change will not impact the Technoplex Youth Parade, which takes place April 27th. Coming up next, the Community for the Advancement of Family Education, or CAFE, has new leadership. We'll tell you who it is coming up in tonight's feature story. Get ready for warmer temperatures this week with possible record highs by this weekend. I'll let you know how warm we'll get coming up in your local weather forecast. I'll have all the details coming up next as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
check out clubcrowcashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
The Community for the Advancement of Family Education, or CAFE, has new leadership. CAFE was founded in 2005 by husband and wife Alma and Jorge Chacon, and since then has expanded to offer many opportunities in leadership, civic engagement, and academic advancement. As of January, the Chacon's daughter, Tana, who's worked with the organization since 2015, took over the executive director as Alma steps down to an advisory role. In tonight's features story, both Alma and Tana sat down with NCWLIFE News to discuss the transition and to reflect on how far the organization has come.
We need to let our younger people step up to the leadership roles, and I feel very good about where we're at. We have Tona, who's going to do an amazing job. She's worked with me side by side, and she really has been doing some of the ED work. You know, when I need help, guess who's right there? And so that makes me confident that she's well equipped to lead the organization. We just also hired Dr. Maria Morales, who's going to be in charge of the programs. So we feel really good about that. We have a good administrative team that'll keep the organization moving, and I'm just here to support as needed. And I think my main support is going to be as grant writer, just to help the organization stay healthy and sustainable.
I know that, she's been very instrumental in, just really getting CAFE to, just following her vision to where we are right now. And so I think that just by making sure that, the great thing about, having worked with her for so long, but then also just on the personal side, also having seen that passion that has always been there for both of my parents, and then to see in a professional manner as well. I just think that making sure that we don't lose that passion would be probably the most important, because I feel like once we lose it, and then, it's hard to have a vision at that point. So I think that really just, I'm sure I'm gonna see her a lot anyways. So I think that always having her as just someone that I can call on will be really helpful.
It has definitely been a journey. I think we have take a lot of pride in where we have been and where we are now. We started off very kind of slowly. It was just Dr. Chacon and myself, my husband and I, that kind of worked CAFE on a volunteer basis. And then Tona came in and started helping us on a volunteer basis. And we started off with just referring people and kind of guiding them with basic services. But it wasn't until 2019, I think, when the census, we received the census grant, and we started growing. And then COVID came and we continued to grow. And now that COVID is over and the census is over, there are so many other programs that we have developed since 2019. We have an environmental justice program, we have a small business support program, and a K-12 tutoring program. So many more. I think we just have a lot of programs, and they're well underway.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Boy, not as many clouds out there today as we thought we would see. We thought we'd see some scattered showers. There have been a few isolated showers out there today. Plenty of wind around north central Washington too. But as we take a look ahead, I'll tell you what, the nicest weather of the year is upon us. As we get into Wednesday, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies on Wednesday. A little bit warmer, high temperatures in the low 50s. By the time we get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all kinds of sunshine, and that's really when the warming trend begins on Thursday. Mid 50s for Thursday, talking about 60 degrees for the high on Friday, and then this weekend, low to mid 60s on Saturday. On Sunday, we're talking mid 60s and even in the upper 60s. So our weather pattern as we move into the weekend is going to be awfully nice out there. All right, our almanac for today, high temperature, got a little bit warmer than we thought today. 54 our high. 51 is our normal high temperature for this time of year. And boy, what a day back in 2015. 68 degrees, our record high. 34 this morning, right in line with our normal low of 33. Our record low, 18 degrees, set in 1969. We did pick up 1/100th of an inch of precipitation. That gets us to 1.91 inches for the year, and that's about 0.14 behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise this morning, 7:18, and the sun sets at 7:03. All right, taking a look at what we can expect as we get you into Wednesday. Temperatures will be a lot like today, mainly because we did get a little bit warmer today than we thought. Mid-50s for Moses Lake and Ephrata at 54 degrees. 53 in Quincy and 52 in the Wenatchee area. Also 52 for Aniat, 50 in Leavenworth, and the high temperature tomorrow in Kashmir, right around 51 degrees. All right, getting into our surface loop. Now tonight we expect mostly clear skies. We will see a few clouds and maybe some scattered snow showers still in the Cascades tonight. It still will be a little bit breezy too, with low temperatures tonight, mainly in those lower 30s. Getting into Wednesday, notice the double shot of high pressure around the western United States. That will make for a very nice day with some clouds then in mainly western Washington, and then those clouds will diminish as we get into the afternoon. High temperatures on Wednesday, once again low to mid 50s. For your Thursday, clear skies throughout the western United States. This is where the warm-up really begins, is on Thursday. We'll see high temperatures as we make our way into the afternoon, into those mid-50s. For Friday then, not much change. Notice all of the clear skies. High pressure right over the Spokane area. That'll warm us up on Friday to near 60 degrees. And then this weekend, boy, I hope you have the chance to get outside and enjoy this weather. Sunny skies and warmer. We will see highs on Saturday into the mid-60s. St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday, and what a day. Boy, spend it outside. Sunny skies, unseasonably warm on Sunday with high temperatures expected in the upper 60s. And for Sunday, we're not going to change, or I should say for Monday, we're not going to change too much. Sunny skies, just going to remain beautiful with high pressure in control, high temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. All right, now your 7-day forecast, 32 overnight tonight, and then just lots of sunshine from Wednesday right through Monday. And notice the warm up too, about 52 tomorrow, 55 Thursday, and this is where we really get warm. 60 degrees Friday, 65 on Saturday, and 68 our high temperature on both Sunday and once again on Monday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station. Gonzaga's back in the West Coast Conference Tournament Championship once again after holding off San Francisco in the semifinals last night. The Bulldogs beat the Dons 89-77 with all 5 starters finishing in double figures. A rough first half for Ben Gregg turned around in the second half.
Ryan Nebhard kicked it out to Gregg. A 3 for him. Good! And then on this end, Zags have looked unstoppable. Nemhard 3. Good! Zags have the ball pushing tempo again. Gregg trails 3. Good! Rebound Gonzaga. Nemhard is going to try.
They're going back to Gregg again.
They are. 3. Got it!
Well, Chris Gillespie did a great job fouling early up in Spokane, and they should be doing that right now.
Ike with the exclamation point.
Nemhard's birthday was yesterday. He lit the candles for the WCC title.
It's one of the great rivalries in all of college basketball, and we'll see it for a 3rd time.
Gonzaga will get to rematch with St. Mary's in the tournament championship tonight. That's on ESPN. Gonzaga women lost a heartbreaker in the WCCA title game today, falling to Portland 67-66. The Pilots' defense was pestered the Bulldogs throughout the game, forcing 13 turnovers, keeping the Zags to shooting just 37% from the field. Kaylin Trong had a chance at a 3-pointer with 4 seconds remaining to give Gonzaga the win, but missed, and the Pilots came down with the rebound and sealed the victory and their ticket to the NCAA tournament. The Eastern Washington women advanced to the Big Sky Women's Championship with a 56-39 win over Montana State today in Boise. Eagles will face Northern Arizona for the championship. That'll be at 2 o'clock tomorrow on ESPNU. The first full day of free agency in the NFL saw plenty of activity for your Seahawks. Seattle's top priority was to re-sign defensive tackle Leonard Williams, and they got that done with a 3-year, $64.5 million contract. Seahawks also re-signed tight end Noah Fant to a 2-year, $21 million deal. Yesterday saw several Seahawks leave as linebacker Jordan Brooks signed with Miami. Offensive guard Damian Lewis picked up a big contract to go to Carolina. Tight end Will Dissly winds up with the in LA with the Chargers, while fellow tight end Colby Parkinson lands with the Rams. Also, we learned today that Seattle will be shopping for a backup quarterback after Drew Lock left to sign a 1-year deal worth $5 million with the New York Football Giants. Well, the Mariners were pounded in spring training baseball yesterday by San Diego, 13-3 the final, and no, there's no 10-run rule in Cactus League play. J.P. Crawford had one of the few Seattle highlights with his first home run of the spring.
17 days away, March the 28th. Here's the pitch, swung on, and a well-hit ball deep down the right field line, heading to the berm. Tatis going back, and goodbye baseball. J.P. Crawford with his first home run of the spring with Urias aboard. It's now the Padres 5 and the Mariners 3. Number 1 for J.P. Crawford. Standing ovation by the Mariner fans.
Mitch Haniger and Luis Urias also had 2 hits for the Mariners in the loss. Logan Gilbert pitched 3 innings, allowing 4 runs on 4 hits with 4 strikeouts and a couple of walks. Seattle was in Mesa today to take on the A's. Four Mariner fans still trying to figure out this year's team. Manager Scott Service joined Greg Amsinger and Chris Young on the MLB Network to discuss this year's ball club.
You have really raised the bar in terms of expectations. Yeah. That said, do you think 2024 is a make-or-break year for the Mariners?
We're definitely ready to take the next step. You know, I think everybody was disappointed we didn't get into the playoffs last year. We certainly had a great run at the end of the season, but not quite enough. But our division's tough. You know, we know what the Astros have done the last few years, and the Rangers' unbelievable season last year. So we have our work cut out for us, but I really like our club.
Scott, you talk about how tight the division was. Digging into it, you were 2 games behind the World Series champs. Mm-hmm. During the season, from opening day to the end of the year, how tight is that margin of error when you're within the season?
Every game counts so much, and I think people look at what happens down the stretch, in August and September, but those games in April and May mean just as much as the ones later in the year, and our guys are aware of that this year because we lived it last year and how much it hurt not to get into the playoffs.
A little bit about the roster, a lot of moves coming over in the offseason. third base is the area of focus. How do you see the third base situation playing out?
Well, right now we've got Josh Rojas, who's played plenty of third. We acquired him from Arizona last year. We picked up Luis Urias from Boston in the offseason. So the combination of those two guys, we have Dylan Moore, who can kind of move all over the field. I like the additions we have with our ball club. We picked up Jorge Polanco, obviously Mitch Garver in the middle of our lineup. So hopefully we have more consistent offense. That's what we're looking for this year.
You have one of my favorite catchers in the entire sport in Cal Raleigh, but there's a young prospect named Harry Ford that people are buzzing about. As a fellow catcher, what do you see from this youngster right now?
I'm excited about Harry. The sky's the limit. Super athletic. He can really throw. Again, he's young. He's learning a lot and getting a chance to play in big league camp for really the first time on a regular basis. He's picking it up really quickly. Again, there's room for growth, right? But offensively, he swings at the right pitches. I keep talking about how athletic he is. This guy can steal bases. He can do some things. He's got a great throwing arm, like I mentioned. So he needs games, and that's what the minor leagues are about, especially at the catching position. It just takes a while, understanding different types of pitchers and how to work through games. But he's learning a ton, and really a bright future ahead for him.
Just a little under 3 weeks away from Mariner baseball. Seattle Kraken are back on the ice in NHL play after several days off. Seattle hosts Vegas. The Knights come to town at Climate Pledge Arena. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock. You can see it on Root Sports Northwest. Well, it looks like a lovely afternoon for some prep baseball today. Moses Lake on the road at Pasco for an early season non-leaguer. Chelan's hosting Liberty Bell. Warden's at Okanagan, and Oroville visits Omak. In prep girls fast pitch softball today, Quincy's visiting Tenasket. Freitas at West Valley. Cascade is hosting Brewster. Prep boys soccer today, Cascade visits Bridgeport. Ephrata hosts Moses Lake tonight at 6, while Okanagan's at Cashmere. Wenatchee will host Quincy at 7 o'clock, and we hope to have that game here live on the NCWLIFE channel. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen team up for our pregame, hopefully at 6:50. We'll have it streamed live on our Facebook page as well as on TV. That is if our equipment back here in the studios decides to work for us. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
Austin Drade, my guest on Wednesday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The last 2 regular season home games, Friday and Saturday, Austin. Big games.
Huge games. Spokane comes in on Friday night. Portland stops by on Saturday night. Spokane just locking up that last playoff spot at worst. So a couple of very important games in this building before a 4-game road trip to wrap up the regular season.
And if you like bobbleheads and you're one of the first 1,000 fans in the door on Saturday night, you're going to get one. If you're fan number 1,006, you ain't. Austin Drade on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.